Just turning 7/22 on your Thursday. Welcome back. Older Americans losing billions to scams last year. Now Chase Bank wants to step in and help. We've got Brooke Osterman with us live in studio this morning to tell us about a free fraud and scam workshop happening today in Grand Rapids. Brooke, thanks so much for waking up early with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, really important conversation here. The FBI says seniors lost more than $7 billion just last year because of these scams. What are some of the ways that these scams happen that are making people lose so much money, Brooke?
Sure. So they can be tricky, right? They have evolved from what we have normally seen with just emails, right, to phishing attempts, spoofing, where maybe they are emulating an institution that you trust. So the post office, the Social Security office, your local bank, as well as SMS, so smishing. So via text is also another way that they are targeting individuals. And you had mentioned the impact, right? So just in Michigan alone, we have seen just last year $170 million in loss.
Wow.
For individuals that are 60 plus. And so this is a really big challenge, a really big issue. But the good news and what we'll share today in our workshop is that there are a few tips and tricks and ways that you can protect yourself and empower yourself to protect your finances.
Yes, because it gets scary, right? I mean, we've all gotten those text messages, and even now with all the reporting that we do, sometimes I'm having to do a double take. Is this legitimate or not? I know one great tip that we always hear is just call that institution, not necessarily responding to that text message that you received, but if it's coming from your bank, just get that number to your bank and call them directly. Is that one of the things that you all will discuss today?
That's correct. So just taking that pause and looking at that text message, that email, and saying, I'm just gonna double check on this, right? Or if you get a phone call from your banker, if it's a real banker and you hang up on them, they're not gonna be offended, right? They're gonna be okay with that. And so yes, just giving your institution a call back, it just gives you a minute to pause and reflect. If it's legitimate, you'll get a hold of them. They'll help you. If it's not, you'll have caught something really important before it becomes an issue.
Absolutely. And really just important to have these conversations. It's nice to hear that Chase is stepping in to help with this. So tell us about today's workshop.
Yeah, of course. So very excited to be here representing Chase. Chase has made a significant investment into Grand Rapids as a priority market. And so I am here as the newest community manager, a brand new community manager in Grand Rapids, putting on workshops like this. And so partnering with neighbors, local leaders, businesses, community organizations, hearing what their needs are, and then proactively supporting that. And so we have workshops around budgeting and credit. This is a series. Today is the first of a start in our community where folks can get access to financial education and empowerment. Today we're starting with fraud and scams because it's an incredibly relevant topic. We know there are a lot of folks who are getting outreach and getting targeted, but we have a series here now and are excited to be in Grand Rapids, supporting the community.
That is fantastic. I mean, we've said already that it's free. You don't have to be a Chase customer to take part. So how can people show up and where is it happening?
Yeah, great question. So today at 10 a.m., we will be at the Centerpoint branch, which is on 28th Street. We have a great crew coming, but we'd love to have more. You're welcome to walk in. It is open to Chase clients as well as the community as a whole. And so they are free, open to the public. You can join us at the branch starting at 10 a.m. There's also a virtual option. So if you are not able to come into the branch and you're excited about joining today, you can call the branch. We can get you that information. And again, going forward, we'll have lots of other opportunities. Next month alone, we're hosting 2 more fraud and scam workshops.
Nice.
One will be at our branch over at Knapp's Corner. The other will be in partnership with one of our community partners, Community Rebuilders. And so lots of opportunities to get education, empower yourself and protect yourself.
Yeah, fantastic that you all are making it so accessible with it being free. People can even log on virtually if you can't get out and be there physically. So some great options there. I think it's also important that people recognize these are conversations people should be having as a family, right? You talked about earlier that great advice of maybe coming up with that code word. Talk about why maybe going as a family to today's workshop would be a great idea.
Great. Yeah, great question. So it really is important to have the conversation with trusted folks in your family because something that you're experiencing, they might have experienced and they can catch it before you catch it. And so it's an opportunity to educate, have conversation around the dinner table with your friends on the weekends about financial safety, financial security. And so bringing folks into the conversation, but also having those conversations outside of the workshop space. When you are caring for someone who is 60 plus and you hear those numbers, right? Maybe it's not you that's being targeted, but somebody you love. And so getting the information, sharing it with your loved ones, sharing the resources and education is incredibly important. And so there's an opportunity to do that at our workshop. We also have materials that folks can share out afterwards and take home and have those really important conversations.
Yeah, I want you to talk more about families preparing for these scams together. I mean, talk about that idea of using that code word and coming up with
Yes. So one of the recommendations, so of course we talked about urgency and just taking a pause, right? A lot of these fraudsters are
trying to catch you off guard.
Yeah, counting on that, right? They're counting on you're busy, you're getting text messages throughout the day. But families themselves having a safe word, right? So we continue to see AI playing a role in these getting more sophisticated.
Where they can even take your voice and make it seem as if it's you calling.
That's correct. Your child calling, right? They can
something
use
else that's going to create that sense of urgency.
That urgency, you're not even going to question it, right? And so the opportunity to take a step back, pause, but also to be really cognizant of what you're putting out there and what you're arming your family with. And so a safe word, something that you know is going to help you disseminate real versus not real, is really important. Having a trusted contact person, you can work with your banker to put that on your account. So there's someone else they can reach out to if they see unusual activity, engage it's valid, whether it's valid or not for that individual. And so it really is about who you have in your trusted circle and how you're supporting one another. And just protecting each other from these targets.
Yeah, and I think it's just so important. Just having these conversations ahead of time will help you to think twice, not move so quickly on some of these things. Anything that we're leaving out, Brooke, on this great conversation in terms of what's happening today, or maybe even some of the other topics you all are having with these free workshops?
Sure. So first of all, I just want to say thank you for having us this morning. This is a community-wide conversation. Chase can't do it alone, so we are so thankful that you're sharing out this information. We're thankful for the folks hosting us today, joining us today. I would say that the most important thing to remember is that you have the ability to empower yourself, educate. The resources are here in Grand Rapids, and we want to be a partner to you. And so ask us questions, stop into our branch. If you are worried about a fraud or a scam, don't be embarrassed, right? Come in, talk to us, report it. A lot of times there are opportunities for our bankers to be a first line of defense for some of those things and to help you pause, to consider, have you had a safe word, those kinds of things. So don't be embarrassed, come to us, we're happy to help. And there are lots of ways that you can empower yourself to be protected, and make sure you're safe out there.
Absolutely. Really doesn't get any better than that. A free opportunity to go in and have these conversations. Brooke, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Amber?